Tubbataha Reefs lies in the middle of the Sulu Sea in Palawan, Philippines. It is in the apex of what is known as the Coral Triangle, recognized as the global center of marine biodiversity. Tubbataha is located over 90 nautical miles southeast of Puerto Princesa City, in the province of Palawan. It is made up of 2 atolls and a reef, covering a total area of over 97,000 hectares. It is the only offshore MPA and the largest marine reserve in the Philippines. The whole park is no-take. Tourism and research are the only activities allowed. Oceanographic studies have shown that Tubbataha is a major source and sink of larvae in the Sulu Sea. Maintaining this ecological function in order to contribute to food security is the main objective for its establishment. Its exceptional beauty, rich biodiversity, and contribution to in situ conservation landed it in the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1993. However, not all is well in paradise. Illegal fishers once ravaged the park, and although largely contained since 2010, it is an ever-present threat. As fishing grounds deteriorate, MPAs with weak enforcement capacities attract illegal fishers. Another issue is the isolation and the seasonal access to the park. Very few people are able to experience Tubbataha, thereby limiting appreciation and support. Funding is also one of the concerns. Using several building blocks, we were able to respond to the challenges that confounded us in the beginning. The Tubbataha Act of 2009 was enacted to institutionalize the protection of the area. While still in the conceptualization stage, various stakeholders were consulted so that rulemaking is participatory. Aside from the non-negotiables, which are the protection of biodiversity and ecological processes in the park, other aspects of management were discussed with local communities, scuba diving operators, commercial fishers, and lawmakers. Community consultations aimed for rules that were fair and are enforceable in order to increase voluntary compliance. We visited schools and fishing villages, government offices, and other such areas to conduct information and education drives so that we can share the value of Tubbataha and the importance of marine conservation. We also explained the Tubbataha law to communities in order to inspire compliance. With national government oversight, the authority to determine the future of the park rests on a local, multi-sectoral body composed of representatives of various levels of government, people's organizations, NGOs, and the academe. The seat of management is located in the province, and decisions are formulated by a collegial body supported by a technical staff. Law enforcers come from 4 agencies: the Philippine Navy, Philippine Coast Guard, the Tubbataha Management Office, and the community of Cagayancillo, which has political jurisdiction over Tubbataha. The Tubbataha Act created space for local aspirations to be expressed and respected the stakeholders' right for self-determination. Conservation fees paid by tourists is the source of funds for management. Vigilant enforcement enabled the maintenance of the beauty of the area, which resulted in increasing visitations, thereby boosting revenues. In-kind support is received from various agencies like the Navy, the Coast Guard, and other agencies and government offices like the provincial government of Palawan. Donors fund critical management activities. The sale of merchandise also augments revenues. Although COVID-19 practically killed these revenue streams in 2020, accumulated surplus funds and in-kind support could tide us over for a few years in the future. The island municipality of Cagayancillo, as I said earlier, which has political jurisdiction over Tubbataha, receives 10% share in all tourism revenues. The fund supports livelihood projects in the locality. Where possible, local residents are also hired for park management positions. Some of our longest-serving marine park rangers hail from Cagayancillo. They have proven to be the best information officers. They may have arrested some of their relatives and friends for illegal fishing in Tubbataha, but sharing their first-hand knowledge and deep understanding of the values of the park help to iron out family and community misunderstandings. Today, Tubbataha is an icon and an inspiration in the region as far as MPAs go. The park is featured in the highest denomination of the land, the 1,000 peso bill, and for that, we and the stakeholders we work with are very, very proud. participatory rulemaking, information and education activities, locally based park management and law enforcement, varied income streams for conservation finance, and economic incentives for communities. These are the 5 building blocks upon which we built a marine protected area that works.